painted using Powtoon.
Hi, it's Jason Troy Medium. Thanks for watching another episode of Ask Jason. There's been some questions about some of the supplements I take. I talked about being a spiritual warrior, being a spiritual athlete, being able to stay with it, to maintain that frequency, to catch it in the act, to know, trying to make your body more alkaline than acidic. The first step, I guess, when I recommend certain things, like I said, I don't diagnose anything. I'm not a doctor. I just know what works for me. A lot of these things are just my process, and based on my background too, with working out and doing the personal coaching and the personal training, and so on. What I'm finding is that there's a lot of things that overlap. So especially with the body itself, to try to make it more lean. When you're in this acidic diet, the body itself is very dense. It's very heavy. So definitely, if you're trying to get into that lighter state, you want to be eating lighter food, right? This is how crazy this gets for me, is that I'm actually on this path now. When I'm meditating and so on, is to actually get off food. Now, how crazy is that, right? So I started to do a lot of research out there. Now there's even a guy out there. The example I give is this: is that when your body is looking for, when we're putting the food into our body, it's actually looking for an electrical charge. So the electrical component to the frequency that is coming into the body. So if you're definitely eating a lot of meat, dead frequency, dead food. There's a guy out there, the website is called sungazing.com, and I started to do some research on that. And basically, if you think about the sun gazing concept, especially back in the Egyptian days and so on, there was a lot of people actually used to do that. But the diets were very light. They weren't as heavy and saturated with a lot of the grease and the fats and so on that we're putting into our bodies now. So with the sun gazing concept, just think about it. If you're just sitting there looking and sun gazing, you're actually receiving the light directly in through the body-mind meat suit, through the retina and so on, and it's the photonic light that's coming into the body. There's a lot of controversy about wearing sunglasses, being in the sun. Just think of the largest organ on your body is your skin, and how much toxicity that we're actually placing on the skin, even if you're looking at water in general. Now, I've had a lot of people within my family and extended family, so on, die of different ailments and cancers and so on. And sometimes we would go with them with the doctor, and the doctor would say, the first thing that they would say to the patient, if they were diagnosed with cancer, was to get off tap water. And so that made me research a lot of things. I say, well, get off tap water. What's in the tap water? So when you really look at the tap water, there's a lot of things. That's why there's that big craze with bottled water and so on. But even bottled water itself does have a lot of parts per million in it of bacteria and so on. There's chlorine, there's fluoride. There's all these things that are in the water that aren't very good for your body and so on. Now think of it in another area is when you're taking a shower and so on. This water, we're actually heating it up and we're putting it over to the largest organ in our body, and it's starting to absorb into that. So it's almost like a gassing chamber. So you definitely may want to get maybe even a shower filter. You can get a lot of these things at a health food store. But putting that shower filter on there. There's a lot of things even on the internet with Dan Winter's got a great one, which is the vortex imploder. So if you wanted to research that, where it's actually constructing the flow of the water. So when we're drinking water, when we're putting water into our system or on our body and so on. So when we're putting all that toxin stuff, we're breathing polluted air. We're putting polluted and dead food into our body. We're drinking polluted water. So we want to be able to detoxify the body. So the best recommendation would be to do this in incremental stages. You don't want to do a lot of this all at once because you may place your body into a healing crisis. So it's definitely recommended to talk to a doctor, your physician first before you start to go down this path. There's a lot of information on the internet. Do some research on your own. The best diet to be on, what I would recommend, is a vegan diet. To do a detox, you want to be able to detoxify the organs. These are your filters. Every organ, if you wanted to do some research on that, is connected to an energetic component, which is one of the chakra centers. So doing a detox, a heavy metal detox, is recommended as well. So with the intake and so on, it's very hard to also I guess get a lot of the greens or to be more alkaline. So I do take a supplement which is the barley greens. There's a great one out there, so you can actually purchase a lot of these things that I'm going to show you today with some of the supplements. A lot of these are just at a health food store. So, but you're taking these things on a daily basis because our body isn't. Even if you're eating a lot of vegetables, you're eating a lot of greens and so on, and trying to maintain that vegan diet or the alkaline diet, a lot of the plants and a lot of the soil is depleted from all of the mineral supplements and so on because it's been over, I guess, cultivated and so on. So there's a lot of that isn't in the vegetables. So I'm not saying you're not going to get enough, but when you're taking more of a supplement, that's what a supplement is, supplementing more of that mineral supplement into your body. So the next thing I would recommend too is even with distilled water would be the best one. I've researched the stuff with the spring water, different ways of I guess clearing the water or cleaning the water, and I got frustrated. I said I just need something that is completely stripped, and that's what distilled water is. It's stripped from everything. Now the problem is you need to remineralize it. You need to put the minerals back into your body, and the distilled water will leach a lot of the minerals out of your body. So you want to make sure that you're maintaining the mineral concentration. So the supplement that I take is She Legit. So there's a different, there's actually a lot. I'm not sure if it's like 96 different minerals within that. So this stuff is actually cultivated out of the Himalayan mountains. You can buy a lot of this stuff online, but it's more of a black. You're only supposed to take like just a peppercorn of it. I do find, I can tell you this, every time I put something into my body, that She Legit, when I started to take it, I could see an energetic push or just out of the blue, I'd have this surge of an energy, almost like a full throttle type of effect, so I can feel it actually working. Now, when we're looking at distilled water again as well, and this is why there's a lot of people, like I've had some clients say, well, I drink lots of water. I'm drinking tap water. I'm also drinking bottled water. I drink 9 liters a day, and but I'm always going to the bathroom. Right? It's just coming out of my system because basically what's happening is that your body isn't absorbing it. It's just, it can't penetrate the cell wall. So what you need to do is start to drink water that is actually organized. That's why there's a lot of stuff with structured water and so on, so it can actually penetrate the cell wall. A great supplement that I found is Mega Hydrate. That's by Phi Sciences, Dr. Patrick Flanagan. There's a lot of information on that on YouTube. There's actually there's a test that was done, I believe it was with James Bomar. There's a great video out there where he shows where he's doing the test with the absorption rate, and it just goes off the chart. So this supplement I definitely recommend. It also will increase the oxygen within your body. There's a great book out there called Flood Your Body with Oxygen. Because you want to make sure that the cells are receiving the water and the oxygen and so on. So that's a definite one for increasing your frequency. Now, you can take other energetic supplements such as Ethereum Gold, Ethereum Black. Just helps with the electrical conductivity within the body. Now, there's also stuff out there with Ormus material, Ormus substance. Is a great video on how Ormus was discovered, where it was actually going into a superflux and there was an actual arc. So that right there just even shows that there's we're an electromagnetic being, and that actual frequency is being interrupted 24/7. There's a lot of things on the dimension that are interfering with that frequency or trying to cut that frequency off. So you can take Ethereum's Ormus material. There's a lot of stuff on Ormus. I noticed a different change in my thought patterns. Also, not being as tired or lethargic, especially with a lot of the energy that's coming in now, even with the Ascension Symptoms and so on. You may start to get this more of this bump or this energetic surge. It's a little different than just having a coffee, right? And coffee, if you're taking coffee, if you even look at coffee is very, very acidic. So the best thing that I recommend to a lot of people is to get off coffee. If you're going to drink coffee, maybe try and wean down to one a day or maybe one a week. Coffee is the worst. The next supplement to just be a little bit more alkaline is the Alka-Base. So there's sodium in here, there's potassium, silica, so you really want to be taking a lot of this more of a alkaline type of supplement. I place that more into my smoothies and shakes and so on. So when you're getting off meat, you want to be maintaining more of a protein supplement, such as a whey protein. Bring that into your diet as well. Also to help and assist with the pineal gland, because the pineal gland has been heavily calcified. So there's some things that you can take. One supplement I take is melatonin. So with melatonin will also help with decalcifying the pineal gland. Will also help you with your mood, also with when you're doing the Ascension Symptoms and so on, when your mood may start to go up and down because you are releasing a lot of your emotional stuff. So a lot of times when you're releasing that emotional stuff, it will start to trigger a depression. You might get into a depressive state. I don't advocate being on antidepressants or being off certain things, but definitely you want to be talking to your doctor on a consistent basis, because a lot of these things might be masking. I had a lady come up to me because she was having sweats and palpitations and so on. She thought she was going through menopause, but she was in her early 40s, so she was trying to deduce, is it Ascension Symptoms or is it menopause? So you definitely have to be speaking to your doctor, and like I said, suggest before, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician. I am a metaphysician, meaning that I have concepts and ideas on certain supplements and herbs and so on to take that help and assist with the energetic body and your energetic potential. So if you have any questions on some of the stuff that I showed today, definitely shoot me an email, talk to me at the bottom of the page, or I welcome you to my website. But again, thank you for taking a look at another episode of Ask Jason.
Created using Powtoon.